I don't want to make a blanket statement, but what I've seen is that a
Hmm.
lot of people, if they have more than one offer, they don't actually interrogate to make sure that each offer is profitable.
I know this is going to vary obviously from the type of business, but generally in an online business standpoint, what kind of profitability would you recommend for an offer? Because you're absolutely right. This is something that I never thought about myself just up until a few years ago, where it's like, oh, we had this offer. This is the price. This is the, amount of revenue I want to generate from it. But there was no thought in my head around the profitability of that offer. So what might we be looking at from a profitability standpoint?
It's really hard to say because it depends so much on the scope of what someone offers and who their client is. I would recommend that perhaps as a starting point or a gauge, 10%. What does it look like and what does it feel like to have a business that overall has 10% profitability and each offer is 10%? And then, boost it. What does that look like at 20%? Like, what adjustments do I need to make either to the offer or to the price or to the trade off in terms of what's being offered at that price? So I think if you have an experimental mindset and you're like, I'm going to start first with making sure I'm 10%, have that solid, and then boost it to 20% and then 30% and 50%, like do it incrementally.
I think that's one of the really amazing things about what we do in the online business. I have some accelerators who are 60, 70, 80% profit margin. That is really high. And they're
Yeah,
very successful, right? So there's a
right,
lot of money going into
right.
the bank.